Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Tuesday, April 12th. I need to explain a bearish count that I'm going to put in place, and what we've been seeing with US stocks is we're seeing 5 waves down from the top. Now, it's quite possible that this 5 waves down on the S&P here is an A wave, and then we have a B wave, and then we have a C wave to move down, and then we move up from that point. That's possible, but at the same time, I don't want to get caught out in a bear market, and I've been talking about a bearish situation for some time, and essentially it's the banks that will lead us lower. So if I can just use Morgan's as a bit of a thing here, we've counted 5 waves up here, and mind you, we've counted 5 waves up here for the DAX as well, you know. So then what I was thinking was that, well, we can look at this as the A wave here, and then I thought an A and a B wave here and a C wave up here for the B wave before we come down. But what we're sort of seeing with Bank of America and Goldman's and that is we're actually seeing 5 waves move down in this point here, and they were sort of leading that to the downside. So I thought we might have an A and a B and a C and come up here and then come down, but it looks like we may just go to here with an A and a B and a C to this particular point and have 5 waves down here, and the banks are leading to the downside, so they have an A, B, C to here, and then come down for 3, 4, 5 into that sort of space, you know. So what we're seeing now in stocks, I think the stocks that I follow, Meta, Facebook platforms, was the first to have 5 waves down, and then Tesla, and last night we've sort of seen Microsoft and Apple and those guys developing 5 waves down from their tops as well. So with US stocks, I've been in and keep it very simple as an A and a B and a C wave, and then looking for 5 waves down. So we've already got the first 5 waves down, a little bit more, and then we'll have the retest here, and then we'll go down for the 3rd wave. Now, like I said, it could be just an A and a B and a C, and we go up, but we're going to look to short that wave 2, come down. Now, it might be a B wave and come down for the C wave, but at least we'll get something out of it and cover our costs or whatever, break even or whatever. But if it turns into a 3rd wave, well, we need to capture that. You know, 3rd waves like this here move quite quickly to the downside. So those little first 5 waves down, I can bring those on this particular chart here. So we've got to kind of think of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, there is a bit of a problem with that, but wave 4 overlaps wave 1 here. So I don't know if we need to sort of chew on that a bit, but yeah, and look, if I'm wrong and this is some sort of A, B and C here, and we go sort of straight up from that point, well, then we don't have to worry about what I'm saying here, because we'll be shorting the B wave in this wave 2 here, and we're going to do much the same with the DAX and the stock 50 and so on as well. So yeah, so it may or may not happen, but if it does happen, then we're going to be short at this point. We'll be trying to look for short trades further up here as well within all of that. But I just wanted to point out what the US markets are doing, being led by the banks, and now we're seeing tech stocks move down lower as well. So I'm just going to have a look at the bigger picture here for the DAX. Haven't looked at it for a little while. I've had a few counts going. One of them was basically, it's kind of following the US banks, really. So if I just bring the US banks across here for a moment, we're looking at wave 4 here going up to wave 5. So we're looking down for an A and a B and a C here. Now, it can be wave 1 here going back for wave 2, or it can be wave 3 and wave 4. I won't go into that at the moment because that brings in another big dynamic of bigger picture and so on. But in one way or another, an ABC sort of pattern back here. So this is the same with the DAX as well. We had to count 5 waves up here because this pulled back down and overlap wave 1 here, so that was an issue. And we can look at it as wave 1 here, or wave, well, it wouldn't be quite like that, but this would need to be here, and we can remove this here and would put in cycle wave 1 and cycle, well, I could put cycle wave 2 here, but I don't think that's going to be the case. It will have to be back down here for that now, and it can also be wave 4, so I'm not quite sure about which one it is, and it not that it really matters at this point in time. But what I was looking for was, I was looking for down here as at least as an A wave down here and a B wave moving back up to this point and then following this down here, and if I was wrong we would keep on going at that point. This little move up through here, it's a bit of a tricky one to count on the DAX. On the stock 50 it looks more corrective. Well, I can see it as an ABC, but it's possible to count it in 5 waves on the on the DAX, but it's not a very it's a tricky little guide to count to the upside. One of the things though is that when we look at this, say from this top here, I'll take this top here just roughly speaking, and we come down here, we can see that the 61.8%, we've already met the 61.8% at this point here. So I'm just going to go to a daily chart now that we've talked about this. This will be a slightly different count, but so I was thinking that would go for an A wave and then the B wave and then the C wave here, but when I've been counting the intraday, I've been counting it as wave 4 here because it would be in line with the S&P 500 at that point, but the S&P has now delivered 5 waves down. We don't have 5 waves here yet. We'd still need to get another little low in here to get that, but then an ABC pattern here, and then we'll go down from that point. So we're thinking about shorting it under this B wave low here. Now if I'm wrong, well then this will be some sort of corrective move here, and we'll go straight up from that point, and we won't end up being short under that point there, because that's either going to be wave 1 or wave A here. So shorting this will be wave B or wave 2 at that point. So it'll be quite a safe short, but I'm just sort of filling you in on the thing. I thought we would get the A, the B and the C up here, but it's kind of, we may not get that now, you know. We may just have to put this in here, be it a wave B or whatever. It doesn't really matter at that point. We still end up coming down here. So we may need to look at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then it's this third wave we want to catch coming down here, if indeed that is going to be the case, you know. So we don't know that yet, you know. There's still things loitering out there, like the invasion from Russia into Ukraine, and will that, you know, at what point does NATO step in? How much genocide and killing, you know, do we allow? You know, that type of thing. So and obviously that's another, opens up a bigger Pandora's box. But so it has moved up to the 61.8%. from the tops here. It could be sufficient. If we do get that little 5 waves down here, then we need to look at it like this, like we're looking at the S&P, and we'll be looking to, just to bring this back here, we need this to finish off here. Like the DAX hasn't taken out the low here just yet, but it probably will. This has probably got a little bit more down here, probably bounce off the 4-4 here, and we'll see that move back up from that point. We'll see that ABC move here, and this is sort of, the banks are a little bit ahead of everything else, so, but we'll see. Yeah, this will be more of an ABC, so I'll just put that in there. It'll be something like this, so that's what we're looking for. So the DAX hasn't broken this low here just yet, but it looks like that it will, because this move up here is corrective. So we'll explore that in a moment. But yeah, anyway, this is just giving the sort of broader picture here with all of this, you know. So having another leg down here is a possibility with this. So I think that, let me think, what we haven't been into the bigger picture here for a while. So yeah, we could, I mean, it's a pretty rough count getting it to go up as that, but even with this stage here as an A and a B and a C wave here, this move here is becoming, you know, is looking pretty corrective, and we'll take that, take this low out here. We'll put that low there for that. So we'll need to change that. And I think the other one, we were working on a 2-tick chart. So let me just have a look at this one for a moment. Okay, this will make it a bit easier for me, sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 and 2. If we look at this, we could probably look at this here as 1, 2, 3 here to here. I mean, probably 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. We could probably give it a bit more. Okay, well that's where the ABC would be then. Okay, so we'll just run 2 counts here. This would be the AB here and the C wave here for that. And let me just fill in the dots here a little bit with this. I'm going to give it every chance possible to be a corrective move down, and then I will get a strategy around that. You know, I'll take it to the max. So it's possible to look at this as some sort of wave 1 down to this point, probably in here actually, 1 and 2 to there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that point. I don't know if anybody's counted that. Then this would have to be an ABC to that point, and then that would leave wave 5 down here to the wave C at that point. So that would be the ABC at that point, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. So we can come down here, and it doesn't mean the end of the world, so to speak. Okay, so that's one thing. But let's just assume for a moment that we have this as, I'll put this in here, and I'll put this in here, and then I'll put this down here for wave 5. So if this is going to push up here, we're going to get the first impulse wave, be it corrective or be it impulsive, and this would be wave 1 on wave 2 here on A and a B here. So it doesn't really matter. All we need to do is short under that, and that will tell us if we're right or we're wrong at that point. So I think that we'll look at it like that. This would be wave 1 here, and this would be wave 2 coming back at that point. Otherwise, we'll be looking at it in a positive light as wave 1 and 2 to the upside and so on. So that kind of handles the situation a little bit. So I've explained the bearish picture and why and where it started with the banks, and now it's entered into US tech stocks, and now it's in the S&P and the NASDAQ. And has it shown up here yet? Yes, no, yes, maybe, could be, would be, should be. But this this shorting under this low here, that's what it will be for us. Okay. And then we'll look to build in all the way down through, if it comes down in that sense. You know, if we're coming down, we'll be coming down. But and you know, even if it does come down, it will come down. You know, we'll have another 5 waves here, and then we'll have another ABC pattern here for this, and then we'll come down pretty quickly at that point. So we'll be also looking to build, you know, the building under here. I'll take that away, but if I put the green line there, it means that I've talked about it before. Yeah, that kind of thing, you know. And then we got group 2 here, but we'll get to all of that. So that's sort of how I'm seeing things at the moment. This is the stock 50 here, and we'll put this C wave over here, and we'll do the same thing as well here. This has got an extra low in here, so it makes it a little bit, makes it a bit tricky, but it doesn't really matter. Let's first of all, let's see if it comes down a bit further. Let's see if we get this ABC pattern coming into play here, and then we'll look to short it over this side over here. I don't know what, I haven't seen the day over here for so long. Okay. Oh, there we go. We've had this here for a while. So, yeah, I mean, we can count this more of an ABC pattern to the upside here, you know. But I haven't seen this for so long. But there we go. And, you know, it's reached its where it should be. We just need to clarify if we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for that, and then the move back at that point, and then down. So we'll be looking for that. Okay, I won't bore you to death at the moment with that, but that's where we're looking. That's what we're looking for. I mean, the whole thing's a little bit odd, you know, but it's very tricky being in wave 4s. They do your head in. So the FTSE here, you know, I've counted, it's not the best looking structure to the upside. it did start off with a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. That's sort of okay at that point, and then I've counted, 3, 4. This is a bit raggedy here, but I'm going to call the top in. I'm going to look at this as 1 and 2 in here, and the third wave in here, and fourth here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. We don't have 5 waves down here yet either, but we'll look for that. So it'll be 1 and 2 here. So we'd need to see 3, 4, and 5 come into play. We don't need to do anything over here for the time being, but this is where we'll be looking to short over here if need be at this point. We may even get another high in here for this. It's just a bit difficult to count this one, so I'm just going to leave that for the time being, but if it's going to follow the others, well, then we'll take it over here. And over to the euro US dollar. So, but just looking at the DXY here, the DXY has taken out the top here. The euro in reverse hasn't taken its low out yet. So, and yesterday we talked about this possibly being an ABC for wave 4 here. So we're still looking for one more move to the upside. And yeah, and I don't particularly want to short this when we get up here as well. We'll have a look at the bigger picture shortly, but we just want this to finish off in this space, and then we'll look how, we just need to leave it be for a while at this level here, and we'll just pick up the long. We're not in this market. We traded from here to here, got out, and that's that. But the euro in reverse of this, I was thinking that last time we spoke, we had wave 4 over here and wave 5 down here. We've had a short half a position here. We've been stopped out, taken profit, whatever. It doesn't matter. But we should be getting one more move down here with this to take out the low. So when I go to the daily chart here, just to have a look at the zoom out and have a look at the bigger picture, I should be making a new low down here for this, I kind of got to be a little bit careful. We may end up coming much further down too, based on what I can see with if this is going to follow the DAX, then, we could be in for a bigger picture here. So what I'll do in that case, I can see we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But once we get here, if we get an ABC pattern coming back and retesting here, then we'll look to short under this low here for that, We'll see how we go. And yeah, look, if we get an impulse wave of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, well, then we'll look on the long side, If we get that nice 5 waves here, then we'll get an ABC pattern, and we'll go long over this side. So we just need to allow, we can look at the count and we can kind of guess where we're going and all the rest of it, but we'll need a structure to do the actual trade. So we'll just see how we go at that point. But yeah, it's possible that it could just come down here and rally back and then move down from that point. I don't see why not. But we'll see what the US dollar index is doing at the 100 there as well. But everything's going according to plan, so that's all good. So I'll leave it at that, and thanks for tuning in. Cheers.